Hello everybody, welcome to Live Taps and Backstab's new video coming out, and I am categorically saying that Live Taps and Backstabs representing my three kind of favourite classes, the Dire Lord, the Rogue and the Necromancer, and they are categorically my favourite three classes in the game at the moment. They're incredible, they're so much fun. The Dire Lord, absolutely beautiful at the moment. It's phenomenal. I'm guessing he might get a little bit of a tone back, but if he doesn't, he's incredible at the moment. I'm having a lot of fun with the Dire Lord. Absolutely perfect class. And I wanted to shout out, I wanted to say one thing. Wild's End is incredible zone. It's really, really cool zone. And it's had a little bit of a bad rep in the first few weeks of early access. It felt like it was a little bit underdeveloped. It felt like it was just kind of got in there as quickly as it possibly could, but it's the content that's actually in there is some of the best content I've done in Pantheon, and I wanted to shout out the Goblin temples in particular. So the first few weeks of early access, all the people in Wild's End were kind of struggling to explore a little bit. I do think Wild's End needs a few more kind of landmarks so that we can orientate and find our way around the zone a little bit better. So for instance, we could have like a massive mushroom tree or something in the middle. There's a few kind of fungus trees around. We could have a massive one of those just so we could say, oh, run to the fungus tree and take and turn northwards or something like that, or a big tree with like glowing blue seeds that falls off it, so that we can just have a few more landmarks to work our way and find our way around the zone. Because it has taken, I don't know how long early access has been out now, but it has taken pretty much up until now for me to sort of orientate myself around the zone. And I've explored a fair bit. But the Goblin temples, but because of that, I think a lot of people left to go to Thronefast, somewhere that they're a little bit more familiar with. They know where to XP, where the XP spots are and things like that. And the Wild's End kind of population dropped a little bit. It was very difficult to find some groups, and there was a lot of kind of, I got my rogue to, I mean, I went as well. I got my rogue to level 7 and ground really slowly to level 8 and no groups. So I got to level 8 on the geckos, and then I made the run. Absolutely terrifying, but fantastic, scary run all the way through Wild's End. Silent Plains, Eastern Plains, AVP, and then back to Thronefast, and then picked up some groups and leveled up, and the rogue is now into his 20s. It's really, really good fun. And because of that, I think the exploration and finding places in Wild's End kind of suffered a little bit. And fortunately, I've got some real life friends who we played EverQuest with, or who I played EverQuest with back in the early 2000s, and we used to have LAN sessions, and we'd have a little kind of a static group that we'd kind of group up with every weekend or every other weekend, and just play and killed Nagafen and things like that, and explored the world of EverQuest in an environment of a group of our own sort of thing. So we didn't have any external guilds and things helping around, which is really, really good fun. So just running down from the top here, we've got Big Thin, who's my best friend. He now lives over in America. He moved over to America to marry his wife, who is a Thornin in this group. So she is a summoner, really, really good. And then we've got, and I can't say his name, Kareen, who is a ranger in this group. And then we've got Enchanting down at the bottom, who is not Enchanting Tatum. He's just an enchanter. And then we've got myself, who is Malleus. I'm playing the Dire Lord in this, so this is my first kind of time playing a tank. But EverQuest had this weird ability of making you kind of lust after or long after some of the classes. Like, so Kareen in this group used to play a Shadow Knight in EverQuest, and he would just do like ridiculous, crazy things, and you'd just find him kiting Kazakh Fool and the entire zone of the Plane of Fear round the Plane of Fear for no apparent reason at times. And Shadow Knight was always amazing. So when Pantheon came out, I was like, well, I want to play a Dire Lord and see what that's like, and they're a lot of fun. And the Necromancer as well. Big Thin and Channing both played Necromancers. I was a mage in EverQuest, and the Necromancer was always like, oh, I wonder what that would be like. So now I'm playing a Necromancer in Pantheon as well. And then the Rogue, because just Rogues are brilliant. So we've got this group going in here, and we've been slowly kind of experiencing and XPing and leveling up in Wild's End. We did some of the kind of low-level goblin camps, wandered around and kind of explored and found some other kind of things. We killed some raptors, killed some of the centipedes. Absolutely amazing mobs in Wild's End. It's really, really cool, unique zone. Very, very cool. I would urge anybody to kind of come and explore it. And then we did the feralings. We had a tough time doing the feralings at like level 7, 6 and 7. And then eventually we got to, so we're now level 11. We got to level 10. We started kind of exploring, and we came down to do the Tide Weavers, which are the big water elementals around the goblin temples at around level 10, 9 or 10. And we were doing the kind of the outskirts and just kind of wandering around the shoreline and killing everything. And then us being us, we were like, well, we've got to go and find out what's in the temples. So we wandered over to the temples. The temples have all got a big kind of set of steps that lead up to the front. And I'm not going to spoil kind of how and where all the mobs are and everything. You've got to go and do that yourself, because that's part of the joy of it. But they've got these big steps that go up to the into the temple, and then you've got some doorways, and you can kind of fight into the temple and find your way up to the top of the temple where the named is, or what we think the other named is there. We know this one is up on the top of this one. So we wandered around, tried to break in. We went up the steps, and we were trying to clear the entrance enough so that we could go in, and it was getting so tight. We were level 10, and we could just kill the mobs at the front of the entrance so that we could sneak in and try and pull some of the mobs and break in and just kind of explore a little bit more around the temples. And then we had a bit of a shocking time. We ended up really, really struggling and wiping, or nearly wiping, and sort of ran out of time, so we called it there. Anyway, we had that much fun. We were like, we've got to go back. So the next day, literally, we usually do this once a week. The next day, everybody just cancelled their plans, and we came back in here. Now we did get another level, so we're now level 11 in here. And this is, we came at it from another angle, and we tried a different temple. And we were also kind of climbing up trying to find some different levels. So anyway, we got into the temple in here. The first pull out here was accidentally, I'm very, very sorry, my group accidentally pulled 4 mobs. So I think I was tanking 2, the chanter like locked down 2, and we cleared those 4 mobs and explored and broke in. But you can just about break in here. Everything is like a double pull. You've got wanderers who are coming in here and adding to you as well, so you've got to be really aware of your surroundings. It's great to have an enchanter if you can pull 2 in and then get 1 locked down while you're kind of tanking and killing the other one, as you would expect. But I just wanted to make this video just to shout out and say that this camp, this temple, or these temples, and they are absolutely vast, I think, because of the speed at which you can kind of kill things and the speed at which you can kind of push in. I think these temples could probably support 15 groups. And I know that's something that Pantheon has been trying to do a lot of, in terms of having large zones support multiple groups as they're kind of killing through, so that if you're a low level group, you can see the higher levels doing cool things around you and things like that. But I think that these temples are so large. I mean, we have just got in. The entrance has already spawned, so there could be another group killing the entrance mobs now as well. So that's two groups in very, very little kind of area as we're trying to kill in. And yeah, I think it's probably easily 15 plus groups. But the trying to kind of work your way through these, locking them down, pulling through, trying to explore and work your way all the way up to the top of the temple to get the named. We did ding level 12 just before we pulled the name, which probably helped. The named, and my god, it took ages to drop. And then as he dropped as well, we had repops everywhere. So we killed the named, and then we had to kill 5 repops, one after another as well. So it's really, really tight. But it was one of, if not the best experience I've had in Pantheon so far. This is a group of real life friends. We got Sugos in here as well, who is a shaman that we picked up to kind of fill the group out, and it's one of the most enjoyable. And I've done all the content that's been in the seasons, all the way up to EA so far. So we've killed Aganoct, we've cleared everything in Hangor. We've done a lot of Halnir's Cave and everything like that, and then we've got early access now to explore even more areas. But these 2 days in the Goblin Temple was just absolutely brilliant. Anyway, I just wanted to make a quick, so probably going to turn out to be a 15-minute video. Just wanted to make a quick video about this and just urge you to kind of have a wander around. In terms of feedback for World's End, I mean, the Goblin Temples are so good. They need itemization, so they need to be dropping some interesting things, which is, I think that is known by everybody and all the developers and everything. I think the orcs in this zone drop some really cool stuff. I think the drop rate at the moment in the game is about right. I think it's one of the things that I keep trying to remind myself is this: I want this game to have longevity. So I don't want to go into this temple, for instance, clear it once and get drops for everybody in my group and then just move on because we've all upgraded. We've all got drops for every slot. Like, I don't want that. I want this kind of slow trickle of loot, so that in 6 months' time, when we're still playing the game, we're still trying to look for kind of itemization, and we're still like, I think Joppa says, and coined the phrase, if you like, that he wants people to be excited when they get an upgrade, and I think it's just at that level now. I think any more drops or any more regular drops and upgrades, I think you would end up being a little bit saturated with drops. Any less, it would just have kind of some feel bad. But having said that, the Goblin Temples do need just these basic goblins like this Maya Guard just should drop something at some point. They should have some rare drops throughout all of them, rather than it just being the named. And like I said, in terms of orientating and landmarking the zone, I just think there needs to be. I mean, this is like there's one mob over this side, but then there's 4 over there. There's little campfires of mobs everywhere. It's just brilliant, and it's really, really stressful. I mean, I've pulled 2 here. Everything is like a double pull in this place. It's great. Anyway, yeah, we need a few more landmarks. Like I say, it would be really cool to have like a big colourful fungus or something. We've got some fungus plants in Wild's End at the moment, so a big colourful fungus somewhere, just in a place where we can say, oh, okay, head to the colour fungus and then take north, or turn west at the big tree with the blue and glow seeds, or something like that. We just need a few more landmarks. And landmarks, I would probably say landmarks over roads. It's nice to have that little path that runs through Wild's End a little bit, and there's a really nice, it's not really a path, it's more like a ridge line that runs to the first goblin camps, and that's really nice, and that's not like a signposted path. I like the exploration of, like, AVP. Like, there's one path that runs from AVP, the zone line, to Demeth, and then after that it's just landmarks. It's just, okay, you can head north until you can find the Griffin ravine or something, and those little landmarks I think would be really, really good in Wild's End. So just a couple more landmarks. It doesn't need that many, to be honest, because we've got you've got the geckos and you've got the river down one side, and then you've got some ponds and the goblin camps, and then you've got the big mountain, the big mountainside in the centre as well, which is really, really good for orientating and trying to kind of follow your way around it. But yeah, just a few more landmarks, and obviously itemization. Let's get a few more drops in places like the Goblin Temple, because, and I keep saying this experience needs to be played by more people, and so Visionary Realms need to give you a reason to come here, rather than just it's fucking cool of exploring and trying to break in and challenging yourself. There needs to be a reason for more people to come here. So the drops need to be interesting. The XP needs to be interesting. And the XP is great. I think XP is in a good spot at the moment as well. Maybe the money could be just slightly more in here. I don't know what we're getting. Maybe like 30 copper a kill or something. I mean, it's not bad for the amount of mobs that we're killing in here. Yeah, just it happened when Mad Run came out as well. Mad Run was one of my favourite zones in the game when it came out, but nobody went there because there was no reason to go there. It was an absolute nightmare to try and break in. There was no XP. By the time you could break in, all the mobs were green. They just need to get these areas really enticing, because I categorically think that if we have more players in here, there would just be so much fun being had by everybody. So anyway, that is me just kind of waffling on about about the Goblin temples in Wild's End for what, 15 minutes or something. I hope you enjoyed the video. I have got more videos coming, I promise. I have a group focused video on the rogue. I've got my rogue feedback video to do. I'm going to do a video on the Dire because, oh my god, they're so much fun, and I'm kind of looking forwards in terms of what spells that we're getting and what abilities that I'm getting, and talking to a few of my friends who are higher level Dire Lords and just kind of swapping ideas and agreeing on things. And it's yeah, Dire Lords are going to be great. My Necro is nearly level 20 now, so I'm going to do a feedback video on the Necromancer as well. Again, phenomenal class, really good, really useful. Just needs some kind of balance tweaks just to kind of push some numbers up or down, but in terms of class and abilities, I think it's great. And then there's also a video that I'm going to do just about the character and class journey in from 1 to 10, and how important that is. So please look out for those videos. Drop me a subscribe, drop me a like, drop me a comment down below if you have played in Wild's End and you have done these temples, because I want to hear all the stories. It's incredible. So thank you very much, everybody, and to everybody at Visionary Realms. You're doing amazing work. Keep working at it, and I will happily keep doing these videos and giving you feedback until I can't do these videos anymore. So yeah, thank you very much, everybody. Take care, have a great week, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.